Hi, all remote learners. So today we are going to do, I know y'all just seen part 1. So today we are going to finish up with part 2. So I have, again, the clay, the soil, and the sand. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our, part, the sand, this one is what we're going to start with, into a filter that we have. And then we have a, filter into here. So we're going to add the sand to it. So our sand is there. And what we're going to do is then we're going to add 100 milliliters of water. And we're going to observe it for 2 minutes. We're going to do that for each of them. So for 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, and I'm going to time it. And then we're going to see how much water has retained, if there was any water that was retained. So I already have them measured out, so we're going to go ahead and start pouring our water in there. So this is going to be the sand. So let's go ahead and start pouring our water. And I'm going to start the timer whenever I started pouring. And if it finishes, then we can stop the timer. But usually we would see a little bit of the drops coming here and there. But it seems like that is completely done. So I can stop the timer. So it took 19 seconds. So there, it's 19 seconds right there. So it didn't even take 1 minute for that. So I'm going to move that aside. That's sand. Sand. And it held, because we had 100 milliliters, it came up to be, for that, we can see that not quite 100 milliliters. So it held some water. It retained some water. So we do see that when it comes to our experiment for sand. Our next one we're going to do is clay. So we have clay. We have it all right here. This is clay. We're going to pour it in like we did before. So I have it in there. And then we're going to do is add the water. So our water we have. So I'm going to add it to there. And let me restart the timer before I start. And once I add the water, I will start. This one's going a little slower. So we're going to watch this while it does that. It may take all 2 minutes. So we're going to watch it while it does that. In the meantime, trying to wait and see if we see any progress with it. All we see right now is this amount of water coming down. So not as much as the sand. So it's retaining more of the water. And we have 42 seconds now, so we're still waiting to see if the water comes down, and we are going to be able to see. You can see, I don't know if you can, but it's barely dripping from there, so it's not really having much coming out. So we're going to continue to wait. It's at 1 minute and 6 seconds, so we don't have that much time left, and we'll see how much it has retained. To figure out how much it retained, we have to subtract from our total amount from the amount that we have now to see how much is retained up here. So we have 30 seconds left, and we'll see what the results are in a little bit. All right, we're about 2 and 20 seconds to be stopping this and see where we stopped at for our retaining water. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's go ahead and look at it. Let's see a little better. So it's almost to 50. Almost, not quite yet. So it's almost to 50 milliliters. So we can see that it's still retaining water and there's still water in there from the clay. So let's go ahead and move that one to the side. And let's go ahead and begin with our last one. Our last one is the soil. So we're going to pour in the soil. I have it right here. Now note that all of the soil, or the sand and the clay, is 50 milliliters. 50 milliliters. So I have them in there. I have that soil in there. I'm going to get the water. So the water, I'm going to pour it in. Let me restart it. And once I pour in, I can begin it. So let's look at it. It's flowing out pretty fast. So we can see that it's going. Let's see how much it retains though. So we're at already 19 seconds. It's still having water come out. I still see it coming out. So I'm going to let it keep on going with the time. We're at 33 seconds. And it's still going out. I can still see it coming out slowly, but it's still coming out. We have 50 seconds. It's still pouring out. We have a minute. I'm still having it going because I can still see water coming out and it hasn't completely stopped. It's slowing down though right now. We have a minute and 15 seconds. We have a minute and 25 seconds. I still see water dripping down. We have a minute and 40 seconds. We have 10 more seconds. All right, that is time. So let's go ahead and lift it up and see how much. So we can see based off of that, it is close to the amount that you see there. And this bigger, oops, if I could get my finger down, right there, that is halfway. So from 50 to 100, halfway would be 50, well, sorry, halfway from 50 to 100 would be, oh, goodness gracious. So we would have to add that, remember for our amount that we have to have that, with our knowing the information. And again, you have to do math. So you have to minus the amount that you have that we've shown from 100. So 100 minus whatever we have shown, that's figure out how much water is being retained. So you're going to answer your questions in teams. I hope you all have a great day. See you later, guys. Bye.